All right, beloved. So, Grand Rising, standing and buenos dias. So, you'll see the arrows just setting the atmosphere as when you get into your practice, as I've said oftentimes before, it is about your vibration. So, set the intentions, the environment. So, using some different sages as well as essential oils is a beautiful way of just clearing the space. So I'm just going to give a really quick stretch, just extend the arms just a little bit, just moving about, and then go into a tree trunk where I am going to do a deep breath. Suck in that core, pull that navel all the way to your back, hug, squeeze, whatever you want to say, those quads and glutes together, and extend one more time before we begin. Alright, so we're going to begin with doing some breath work, as this will set the pace for us doing a combination of fitness as well as yoga, yeah? And if you like, you can go ahead and clear up those chakras by doing some mantras as well as the breath work, yeah? Take a deep breath and let's begin. So what we're going to do here is just taking a floor wide leg, or what I would call lunge approach at doing some stretching. Now, in order to understand that I'm picking my foot up and extending your leg to the other end, definitely will work the lower part of your core. In extension, all we're doing again is just working on our hips, core area, so we'll have some fluency, all right? So breathing from the core, rolling those hips, trust, you know what, you'll find that certain moves that you do in yoga will be so relaxing, especially after you've gotten some fluency in it. So just allow yourself to flow, and eventually you'll be in a pancake in no time. Seriously. So I'm just going to open up my lower hip muscle as well as the hamstrings. The quads you'll find when you're doing transitions and most of the yoga poses, that your quads will need to be very fluent. So opening up your hips are really, really a good thing, a benefit to you, as well as your lower back, your digestive system, and other components, yeah? I must make mention though, the posture that I'm doing, you want to make sure that you allow your muscles to relax. So that's taking care with your breath work before drawing that leg into you and using your prayer hand position. Once you're comfortable, you'll be able to point your toes in the opposite direction. this being one of my favorites to do, I have realized that a lot of the positions, postures that I want to do, or anybody would desire to do in yoga, causes you to use so much of your core in different positions. This here I found, because I just happen to be one that wants to build the muscle as well as stretch it out and make beautiful lines. This position with the waistbands really tightens your legs, your glutes, as well as your quads, and it helps you really get in line with some of the positions and postures that you have to do. For me, being long as well, it is so good for my lower back. Oh my God, so good for my lower back. It also services as a way for you to start to elevate and strengthen your core when you're going into doing something like a plow. I will say this, for me, knowing who I am, as I said many times to others, when it comes to yoga, I just believe that outside of the premise base, the foundation of it having that mind, body, and spirit connection, it is an embodiment of who you are. And so when I tell people, the part of me that is YouFit, which is the yoga and fitness part of the self, it's like I want to use these strap belts that are the fitness side of me to build that muscle, or why I would go to the gym. However, when it comes to being able to incorporate all that at one time, I'm going to push that bar. And so that's what you see me doing. I'm, to work my core while I'm actually enhancing my glutes, stretching them and myself to its fullest capacity, so I can, it's the saying, kill two birds with one stone, yeah? So that's me, yeah? The other part of this is, let's allow ourselves to just kind of stretch our arms out. A very simple practice, but one that sometimes we often forget. So extend the arms, toes up, and then toes out, yeah? And just hold before we continue. All right, so let's just go ahead and take in a really deep breath. Hold, and release when you're ready. And then we'll release our arms down as well before going into a nice, relaxing meditation. Now here is the same wide leg extension, but we're going to elevate it a little bit, so we'll be able to allow our hamstrings to, again, conditioning them, just strengthening, conditioning them. I love this. I absolutely love this. This helps with opening up your inner thigh, but also strengthening that gluteus minus and maximum, yeah? Absolutely a good one. Here's a tip for you to even strengthen more of your core when you're coming out of a position. Hold your core in really tight and see if you can lay the blocks down without them fumbling over while still holding that breath. Done. And we must definitely have to do the cat-cow after doing all this core work and breath work. I mean, seriously, I have to roll the midsection and breathe up and down and let that spine just kind of pop out a little bit. And we want to take every opportunity possible to be able to work that gluteus maximum and minus, yeah? So you can do this anywhere. Now, we want to take it up a notch, yeah? So get those resistant bands and apply the application, yeah? And you can go fast and then you slow it down, yeah? But every time you do this, remember, squeeze that core, yeah? So again, this is all about my statement when I say you fit. You know, the fitness side of yoga is what I'm demonstrating here. Facts on facts. When we go to our gym, we use weights. And of course, what's the greatest weight is a resistant form of your own. And then using the weights to build that mass as well as define your muscles. I am incorporating them both. I think it is so good to be able to do this. And you'll see how lean your muscles will get. And at the same time, you can build them with your diet. So you will see me rubbing my muscles, and you would too if you do this exercise. Your muscles will be burning as well as your core. When people say do sit-ups, this is my type of sit-up right here. From the side, the front, on the angle. Your stomach will be burning, but you'll thank me for it later. This is You Fit, like really fitness. We are still on our legs, sculpturing our quads, our glutes, and our core. And we're working our arms because we have to hold ourselves up and stay in a proper position. Yeah? You're going to feel this later. So by now, your muscles on both sides of your leg, because we're doing both now, we're not going to skip around, and we're applying just as much intensity and focus as we did on our left as well as our right leg. And listen, by now, your muscles should be quite fatigued, rather exhausted. And if so, what you want to do is gather that breath and then point that toe out to kind of release some of that tension and allow that leg to come down. Yeah? Something for you. Take the blocks now, and we're talking about, we're going to work our core again, our lower core, as well as our glutes, minus and maximum. Okay? This is the same effect that when you go into the gym and you lay on that bench and push up backwards like a fish, or maybe a frog, wouldn't it? Grasshopper, more likely. So letting your legs elevate squeezing your glutes, squeezing your glutes. And the more you can point your toes and open and expand, oh my God. Okay, baby girls, fellas, you gonna feel this. You gonna feel it. Of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't take it up a notch. So crisscross, all right? Let's crisscross. Our blocks, elevate our core. This time though, we're going to kind of just allow our muscles to relax in this position. So of course it gets used to being active in this position even after doing a intense workout. So you have the stability. Raise your legs. Now if it's too much for you, take off the straps, because we're going to raise our legs, allow that blood flow to circulate back down, to flow up and down smoothly, release some tension. But we're going to extend our legs, cross our legs back and forth just to wind down a bit. And I promise this is the last bit of our leg and core workout. Somewhat plow, which all of this will help you, as I mentioned before, to just be able to stabilize yourself in certain postures in yoga as well as fitness. So I'm just going to do a few more frog-like extensions as well as crisscross. Having your legs above your head allows that blood circulation, that blood flow to go up and down, and allows it to rush back, so it decreases the tension, all right? Especially once you start to do it more and more. Just extending, opening up that hip again, and I tend to do this in my practice. I'll go back to something I started in the beginning just to see how far it's come. My body's come with and throughout the practice. This is a good thing. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. It may not feel like it right now because you're like, we're just now relaxing them. However, this is a really good discipline to apply to your practice, yeah? So we're just going to extend our legs in a posture, slow and easy. mentioned before, it is the simplest things that we can do to collect and center ourselves in our breath and relax all of the muscles in our body. This was definitely one of them. Now, for myself, because I'm working on something, I must keep and go back to my middle split. I'm going to kind of stretch my legs out a little bit, just a little bit, and go into this drill for opening up your hips as well as your quads after doing that, resistance weight training we just did. So here, just kind of holding it, and for me, I have to take care of my heel. So allow yourself to hold in this position, and the more you can with pointed toes out is really good. If not, use a brick to do a blocks, I should say. Then use your arms. Sometimes, this was previously, of course, from my recent video, I had to make sure that I allow myself to rest where I didn't disturb my heel. We'll help you master that, as that's how I was able to do it many times before. So I'm going to close out with a split as well, but do take care if you have injured yourself. Like, my concern right now is to make sure that I don't overwork my back foot. However, staying in line, keeping those hips and everything straight, and breathing. Use your bricks if need be, and allow yourself to flow. Do know that even in this posture, because of doing all of the activities that you will be doing, whether it's some form of sports and you're going into yoga, you will find that your body will have aches here and there. So if you injure yourself, do take care, and don't try to overdo certain movements, as you should just be able to allow yourself to work in the process. Ciao.
Oh my God. That's what you get. See how naughty she is? She is absolutely naughty. She is naughty. Okay, so we always have to say bye-bye. Yes. Or see you later.
See you later.
See you later. Okay, so we did do our thing today. We did our thing. We showed up for ourselves. Yes. No matter what, we showed up for ourselves, which is a good thing. So, of course, I'm looking at her instead of looking at you guys, really.
Yes.
How y'all doing? Grand Rising.
Rising, Sandy.
And
Buenos dias.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed our session today. This was all about, just really being fit, So we got to do that in the midst of doing all these beautiful yoga postures that we have to tone and keep this body rocking, baby, popping. Y'all better be glad I got the camera, because I would show out. I would show out. All right. Smooches.
Ciao.
I just wanted to see if I could do it. I could do it, y'all.
You could do it because she's long.
I could do it, y'all.
6'2". My God.
I could be right here, and then
you could be right there.
way
Look how far she's went.
over
You
here.
basically can see my feet.
Look at that. And still going. And still going.
Okay, good try.
Okay. That's just long, baby. Uh-oh. Do your dance, baby. Do your dance. Do your dance.
Oh, that dance?
No,
the
I
other
gotta
dance.
see the other dance.
Okay.
We haven't seen that dance in a while, y'all. So we might as well just
minute.
give her wardrobe. Here it is. Here it is, y'all. Here it is. There it is. Let me pan it back. Yes. Yes. Shimmy, shimmy. She blended in with all that white back there, but
Yes,
it's
yes.
all right.
Wait. What is it?
I do
I let you off easy because if it was a contrast, you would have seen the
Oh.
hips.
Oh.
Don't lie.
The hips don't lie. Okay, we not.
Yeah,
We go.
yeah,
We
so
leaving now. We
it's
gotta
good
go.
for your eyes.
I can't even get my glasses on. We gotta go. Ciao. You.
Wow.
Welcome to YameaFaye.com, where you can rise, stand, and be enlightened to service your higher self. Allow the abundance of healing and truth, prosperity, to resonate in your divine divinity. Explore the illumination of your conscious, unconscious, and subconscious mind, so you can create your own healthy reality manifesting in real time. Asheo to the divine feminine and masculine principle, the ancestors and the universal force of life. Ankh Ujab Suned Ned. Life, health, and prosperity. From your Empress, Yamoja.